out as always. Shout out to the
And
people. Say what's up to the people, Vance.
this is your boy Vance B. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year's. Hope you had a happy holiday. You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a lot of food. Now it's time to go back to the gym. It's time to go
Damn,
back
you
to
right.
hell. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know. But hey, Valentine's Day is on the way. So yeah, if you're gonna go out, enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? We still grooving. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you pay your community for MLK Day and shit. Make sure you pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. But what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? It's been a while. It's been a while. Glad to be back.
I don't even remember how long it's been. That's pretty crazy. We
It's
gotta,
definitely been a
yeah.
couple of months. Yeah. But
Damn.
then again, we
Yeah.
didn't really take a break like that over the summer. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
yeah, I feel like that this was the needed break that we needed. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, holiday break. How you know? We had finished off with the year wrap up. That's what we was doing. We
yes,
don't even finish it. We didn't even finish the episode live. We finished it talking to you and me on the phone and figuring out the shit out.
yeah, real shit.
Pretty
I mean, a
crazy.
lot of
So
times, like us talking, it could be a fucking episode. So it's like, yo, this is what we like to do and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I
yeah,
feel like we could bring that back up and talk about some of that stuff. As well.
we
We
did.
got
We
the
should.
time.
We should. Matter of fact, today I know you saw the J Cole joint. You want to play the J Cole joint?
Yeah.
Should we play it? Can we play it
Shit.
on
Nah.
here?
I mean, I don't.
It's
Nah.
can we play the the Twitter the Twitter video?
Let it. Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
workaround?
Yeah. Let's try.
That's the
Let's
workaround,
see.
right?
Yeah. Let's see if we can cook. You know what I'm saying? I just hope the sound is good because you know what I'm saying. You could never
It's
tell with
crazy.
some of these.
I was driving with Isaiah, right? We was leaving. I picked him from school, whatever, and I got this text. She got this text from this number. It says something like Lil Cole, and I said, "What the hell is Lil Cole?" And there was some guy in the house. I said, "Oh snap! J Cole got a new joint out."
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy." So yeah,
Yeah. I
let's see
woke
what it
up with
is.
it, man. Saw that video. Video was hard. Yeah, man. I like what he's doing with this one. And then he got the visuals and everything. Like he had the first track off of the album kind of
Uh-huh.
showcase. Yeah, man. I'm liking how this whole rollout is happening. It will be cool for him to like pick up interviews and kind of go a little bit deeper into the concept of the album because I know that this has been talked about for like a while, and it seems like this is like his last album.
In like show business with famous actors.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it, but you got background
I,
noise.
I got background noise.
Yeah, you got the TV playing in the
Shit.
background. I can hear that shit.
Shit. I was watching basketball. My bad. I'm cutting shit off.
Everything
It's
is
all.
supposed to go away eventually. You see this especially in like show business with famous actors or like musicians. And it's like, oh, this guy used to be famous and then he fell off. What happened? And they want to point to they did this and they made some sort of mistake. Instead of thinking that, look, it's kind of crazy they got famous in the first place. So few people reach that level that, yes, of course, it's not going to last forever because somebody else has to take that spot. And that's how show business has been since forever. But no, they always want to say, oh, that guy fell off. They want to look down on him for just going through the natural cycle of rising and falling.
I don't know, man. If that's the energy and the theme he going for, I'm gonna see how he delivers it. You on mute? Was I on mute? Was you was on mute? God damn it!
I'm on mute. No, 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 no. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me.
Both of us was. But I'm curious to
No, I
see
heard
what.
you. I heard you. I was on mute.
Oh,
That
bad,
was
bad,
definitely
bad,
me.
bad,
Yeah,
bad, bad,
yeah,
bad,
yeah.
bad, bad, bad.
But I was gonna say, like, yeah, I heard the first track off of it and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Very introspective, which
The
is
rehearse
something
song.
that's yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Like
was
it's
cool.
very
That's cool.
very introspective, had like a film
Mhm.
kind of theme to it, still
Mhm.
told the story through just the same room. Like you could tell that he has something to say, especially since this is kind of like it for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested and sold on the story alone and kind of the concept, as well as the hype that has been surrounding this album online for like a while. So I'm interested to see how he kind of lands. Um, and actually see like how I mean, I think he's gonna be remembered as kind of like one of the greats of the 2010s alone. You know what I'm saying? Like even like both in hip hop and then also in music. But it's kind of interesting to see how this is going to kind of end things. Uh,
Yeah.
he can end on top or he can end up like Aaron Rodgers, just between the two. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Damn.
didn't mean to throw shots like that, but yeah, you know what I mean. So it'd be
Damn.
interesting to see if he can really pull this off, especially since it's been a while since we heard from J. Cole in general. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
What do- what do you what do you, what do you think his angle was going to be around talking about the Drake thing? I feel like he has to come with a viable reason, right? Like even like there was a good portion. Shout out to Dave. Dave tweeted some. There's a good portion of like on Twitter that was like, "Yo, you can't rap like the tough guy talk no more."
Yeah, not at all. I don't think it, but then again, when you look at J. Cole, I mean he's been able to tell stories kind of similar to Nas,
True.
but like
True.
at the same time, he's never been a tough guy. You know, like everybody knew that
I
he was
don't
playing
know,
basketball.
yo.
He like we know that like he's an athlete and like so in some ways it's a lot of athletes that been in fights and shit before, but like talking about gun talk, that's never been J. Cole.
No, no,
If
no,
he
no, 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 no,
was to
no.
use
I'm not.
gun talk, it would be
I'm not
metaphors and
saying
shit.
street. I'm not saying street talk. I'm
Yeah.
saying tough on a mic. Like you can't talk about you gonna kill somebody on a mic. Like that everything leading up to the Drake the big three big me thing. Cole was talking crazy. Remember on the Benny song? What anybody he was rapping about how you know the song dun, dun. He
Oh
was talking
yeah,
about
I
how
think
he
his
would just
name
anybody he
Memphis
will
Nicholas
cook
or
up
Lil
anybody
Jon.
want to rap with him. Like Cole was on he was on an amazing feature run, right? He was killing features for a good and every one was the lead up to the fall off the next album.
Mm,
And he was spitting and he was giving off this like, yo, I'm the best. Don't you dare come diss me. Don't you dare come diss me. Don't you dare come diss me. That's what he was saying.
right.
You don't, man, you diss me. I'm a da, da, da. That shit don't hit no more.
But then
Don't.
again, like I don't think. All right, I think when we looked at him and how he dropped out of this whole, I guess, this beef, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were confused at first, but then when we realized that he had an alliance with TDE and one of those affiliates, Schoolboy Q, reached out to him and told him to drop out of the beef. We understand what the situation was after. I guess that's why there was so many like, jokes about J. Cole like being able to, breathe free, breathe, excuse me, breathe free after, uh Kendrick pretty much eviscerated Drake for like a whole year. Like I feel like there was an understanding after that, but I do feel like as well the mix the project that he dropped around that time of the beef, it it only I don't know. It wasn't the best attempt at trying to throw your hat in this dog fight. You know what I'm saying? Or throw
Yeah.
your dog in this fight. Like it was
Okay.
like it was like okay, I see you're trying to fight back, but at the same time, this is not even your fight. You know what I'm saying? Looking
Mm-hmm.
back at it, that might just be me. I might be crazy, but just looking back at it, like it seemed like he was like, "Yeah, I'm here to compete. Yeah, we're gonna do this." And then once he realized, like, "Oh shit, like y'all don't like each other. I'm cool with this nigga, but y'all, it seemed like y'all want to fight each other to the death." Yeah, okay, time to. And then you got a friend on the side, like, "Hey, dog, drop out of this shit. It's not on you. This ain't no beef. We ain't got no issues with you." Oh, okay, cool. Shit. All right, I'm out of it. You know what I'm saying? I think it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of that situation, but it would be funny to see how he explains that before he's like out of the game for real, for real. I mean, of course, he's still gonna be in music in some way,
Yeah.
but specifically in I guess the rap kind of sense, like it'll be interesting to see how he throws in his perspective with a little bit of introspective. or retrospective in some ways. Excuse me.
What do you think his approach is going to be to the Kendrick bar? He has to address it. What is his angle going to be? I'm struggling with this one.
That's too good. That's too early to call, man. I feel like I feel like we just gotta listen because like you never know with J. Cole. Like you know he's gonna kill the shit. He's gonna have an amazing verse. He's gonna have amazing verses. But like you never know how he is gonna set those things up. Like we never know until we find out with J. Cole. Especially for like an
True.
album that he like a whole album rollout that he does. It's always some new shit. Like I remember when he dropped that album around the time that he was playing basketball and shit. And like he was getting all like he was in the news for that. And then he also dropped the album at that time when he was playing basketball out in Africa. I forgot the name of that album now.
No, I remember the African Basketball League. Yeah.
Yeah. But like he dropped the album around that time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, what the fuck, J.
He
Cole?
did.
Like what? So
Yeah.
I can't really tell you, but we already know that some of the things that he's probably not been able to say because he's been in this rat race for so long. This is
Mm-hmm.
hopefully this could be the way for him to kind of let those things go free. But I think it's way too early to actually call and say what he's actually going to say in regards to that because they're still friends. They still, have a good relationship with each other, especially since he did drop out of the beef out of respect. So,
Does he go? Does he come on and say, "I talked to Kendrick offline"? Boom. This. Does he say? Because what did Drake say on the song? I ain't asking something cold for that shit. He kind of like he ain't really diss Cole, but he kind of like that was sucker shit. And
yeah.
to Drake's defense, he's right, bro. Like you can't talk all that tough shit and it's time to go fight and you back off, nigga.
But
You
he
can't,
did
you know
fight.
what I mean?
He did attempt to fight though.
Yo, the joints on that album, on that mixtape he put out was fire.
Yeah.
And he should have just stood
Some of
by
them.
what he said. I liked it. It was a good little mixtape type feel. I'm gonna give you some raps, J. Cole raps. It
Yeah.
was great. The disc joint, people was like, they loved it until he backed away from it.
Mm.
I think if he put one verse on that disc joint and don't say the stuff about the Drake Kendrick album, the second Kendrick album, and you listen to the rest of the mixtape thinking those are shots to Kendrick, and then you hear the joint, it is a great response to Kendrick, and I think it would have put Kendrick in a really tough space
Mm.
because it would boom. So Cole could have did that. I don't know why he went this entire punk shit route. So I'm really curious to be like, you know what I mean? Because yo, say what you want about Drake. Drake don't run from the fight, and you got to give
Yeah.
him credit. And he's trying to figure it out. And we gave Drake a hard fucking time, and everybody was on Drake. So like the music sucks. Da da da. That doesn't sound
I
good.
mean,
He
he's still
he's
hurting
been,
from that shit.
but he's been trying. He's been trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. He's been open with him trying. And to his credit, he's hopefully Iceman is better because he's taking a break. Cole did that sucker shit and went quiet. You got to get some smoke too, dog. I'm just,
I I think I mean in some ways I think Cole did after he did what we wanted Drake to do in some cases, like just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Give it a year or two, let it breathe a little bit, and then return. Because we say that shit all the time for Drake. I mean, shit, and that's what Cole did, despite the fact of what he did to get out of the beef or get out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Because would you in some with what we know, would you mess up or kind of fuck up your relationship with an ally to also get attention, or would you rather maintain that relationship? You know what I'm saying, and maybe take an L for what you're doing. Because I get what you're saying about him being like one of the best rappers in the game, but also like you still gotta be strategic. You still gotta have either your soldiers or your allies. You know what I'm saying? That might be as powerful as you. Now I'm just playing devil's advocate right now. You know what I'm
no,
saying? Like Al
that's fair.
Pacino and
That's
shit,
fair.
or
That's
or, or
that's
Keanu
that's
Reeves.
that's no, that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to say. Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not valid either. I
Mm.
think I would my response would be
It's a bitch shit.
I no I think the Kendrick and Drake thing was personal. I think the Kendrick and Cole thing was really art. I think it was
Yeah,
really like I'm gonna dish you. We gonna have this joint. We gonna have it on wax. And if Cole drops the mixtape joint and doesn't even do the diss song and does it live at Dreamville and just does one verse at Dreamville and don't put it out and just let that go viral, that is a massive response to Drake to Kendrick, and it kind of I think it shifts the entire battle. I think I don't think it would have got so personal as it got with the Drake thing. I could be wrong, but I think for them it would have been like a more who's giving on better verses. And I don't think it would have got as personal to where you're losing allies or you're losing. I think it probably would have fractured off. I think Drake would have probably make it turn something else, and then maybe I don't know. I just got to know what is his angle. If his angle is I saw where it was gone and it wasn't gonna
yeah.
be us spitting, and y'all about to talk about some other shit, I ain't with that. If that's what he gonna say, all right, we can do it. But if he on some, yo, I was so far gone thinking to them they wasn't on my level. I ain't want to hurt them too hard. It's like, what we doing here? So I'm just curious to see what his angle was gonna be.
Mm,
That's all.
I get it. I get it. I will say this. Looking well, I don't know. It would. I would be interested to see how it played out if he, still had his dog in the fight. But I will say
Hmm.
that it will partially be confusing because I, I think we will be able to tell the approach between J. Cole dissing Kendrick and Drake dissing Kendrick and that fight going on. I do think that it would have been cool to see more beefs in rap, but it started to get to a point where that beef spawned other spinoffs that shouldn't even happened in the first place in some cases. So I do think
Mm.
that like you do have an interesting point of, what would our summer of last year and or technically the year before would have been if we did have Drake in this fight. Not Drake, but J. Cole in this fight. But I also think that it will partially be confusing because the two fights were different fights. You know what I'm saying? That's like throwing three niggas in the ring and one nigga got to get out, but one of the niggas in that group thinks that they're going to get out regardless. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, that's not really the case. Like two people going to die, one guy's going to get out. You know what I'm saying? You you got to figure that out. Like I think for me, the way that it went down was kind of the needed way in order for us to enjoy the beef for what it was. Because for a whole decade, them niggas didn't like each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how it really developed so quickly. We got some hints, but I felt like that beef needed to be had between those two because it's always
Hmm.
been talked about for so long.
Yeah.
And yeah, I appreciated the way that it happened because it did call out a lot of things on both sides, and it was just two guys, two of the main guys. One, it just felt like a boxing match compared to having three guys and that motherfucker be like a triple fatal fury. I don't know. I'm trying to throw in wrestling references in here, but a triple threat match. I don't know, but yes,
A
like
triple threat match.
yeah. Oh my god, it's gonna get on my
Yeah, I
nerves.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, but like I think the way that it happened was the way that needed to be happened. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
We shall see. We shall see. I'm
Yeah,
interested to see what
yeah.
comes out. I know the ASAP Rocky album also comes out tonight. Actually, I'm excited for that. So is my son.
Ooh,
My
yeah.
son is too. My son's an ASAP Rocky fan too. So we're
Let's
actually going to play it on the
go.
way to school tomorrow.
That's gonna be
I like
fire. Yes.
like to play the stuff together when it comes out, so we can see so we get his initial reaction.
Oh.
So I'm excited about that. What else is coming out, man?
Shoot. Let's find out, man. New releases this week. I can't wait for that ASAP Rocky album though. I heard Punk Rocky. Oh, I think we should talk about that. And then uh also I heard snippets of his second single, but I haven't heard the whole thing, so it's gonna be interesting.
I didn't hear Punk Rocky. I saw the helicopter video. It was a helicopter. Yeah,
Helicopter,
yeah, a helicopter flying. And
helicopter,
he
helicopter.
said this is not AI. I thought it was pretty funny. He was like, this is animation, not AI. I thought it was pretty funny.
Hey, you gotta make sure your people know. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, Frank Ocean's
You
supposed to be on there too.
know. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I'm kind of interested to hear some Frank Ocean
Mm,
now in this day.
yeah,
I heard
man.
that he's supposed to be dropping a project
A
sometime soon.
movie, like a movie too.
A
I heard
movie?
it's like a movie. I think it's like a movie soundtrack type thing.
Ooh.
Uh,
I hope it's not like Childish Gambino and that movie album for a movie that never came out. Like I really hope it's an
his
actual
album did come
movie.
out, didn't it? Didn't his album come
The
out? Didn't the movie
album
come out?
came out. No, the movie did not come out.
Really?
Yeah, the movie never came out. This was a
Still?
conspiracy. No, the movie never came out. You saw the trailer, but the movie never came out.
Was it ever a real movie? Was it meant to be a trailer for the album?
I I,
Was that
I honestly think so
the movie
because
didn't
no, yeah, the
exist? He just
movie.
made he was the movie real though.
That's what I'm saying. Like he says that it was actually real, but you don't see. You only see the trailer. You don't see an actual movie for it.
Yeah, man. Sometimes maybe that because I could see him doing something like filming a whole trailer
Yeah,
and then the trailer is marketing the album and then never putting
yeah,
the movie out there
and
because the movie
yeah,
didn't exist. He just made one trailer for the whole promotion and then like 20 years
right.
later been like, yeah, I didn't make a movie. I just made a really cool trailer and made it. That's the marketing for the thing. I don't know.
He he did say that there was a movie that came. Like there was a movie that came with it, but it has never been actually officially released. And I really want to see the movie just to see what it would be. You know what I'm saying? Because Childish Gambino, one thing that I give him respect is that aside from him being, known for music and comedy, he does horror very well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, that could be because of the team that he works with, or just even the way that he acts sometimes. But he's been a part of horror, on the mainstream aspect with the Lazarus effect. I think that's the name of the movie that he was in. I could be wrong. The Lazarus Project. That's what it was. And then he did that episode, that Darius episode in Atlanta. So he's been
Mm-hmm.
good with horror. So it would have been cool to at least see what an alien movie with Childish Gambino would be like, you know. And you saw that there was some cool shit there, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
I mean, he did
saying?
do
We
Star
ain't never
Wars.
get that.
He
Yeah,
did
that's
do
true.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Does that count
yeah.
as Alien? No.
No, I mean yes, but no, it wasn't like in a horror kind of aspect, or at least a sci-fi. Well, he did do sci-fi if we can include Star Wars, so that does count. But it's like he's done like little things with his videos, like the one with oh my god, Janae Akko, and like how he was a beast
Yeah.
at the end, like shit like that. Like, and it would be cool to actually see him do something like that. So when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, okay, this is weird, but I'm kind of interested. But then the album came out and the movie never came out, you know. But you hear scenes from the movie
Yeah.
in that throughout the album.
So I'm going through. I'm gonna show you. Oh shit! I gotta bring it over here. I'm going through. I went back to the Donald Glover thing. I looked up on Reddit, of course, because Reddit got every fucking thing. Reddit
Yeah.
always got Reddit always got something to say. Um, so I was trying to find people talking about the Bando Stone movie, and damn, how the fuck do you share this shit? All right, so it says, "Are we any closer to knowing that this is real?" It was a comment right here. Oh, here we go. This is what I was trying to say. Damn it, where the hell did it go? Damn, I messed up and
Reddit would
lost the
do
damn
that to
thing.
you. Reddit would do
This
that
is
to you.
crazy. Okay. Someone asked a question. I don't know why people think it's a fake movie. What's the payoff for hyping a fake movie? Blah 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 blah. I think this is a really good response. This is what I'm trying to get to. Donald Glover made one of the best TV shows of the last decade. They made two really good shows after that. If there was any production for a Donald Glover directed movie, I promise you we would have heard about it before the trailer was even thought of. There's no casting news, no set leaks, no delay announcements. RCA, the music record label, was one of the two production companies involved, and on the band, those socials were taken down. The only hope in my opinion, that is real is the fact that it was shown on IMAX theaters everywhere, which is instantly insanity for just an album announcement, and also it would be a weird creative decision to name your final Gambino album the concept of the fake movie. Blah 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 blah. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like I thought he used that to promote the album, even though the movie never was going to come out. That's my theory.
Mm.
I
I mean,
can't
it makes
prove it.
sense because RCA is on in the trailer,
Yeah.
and
So.
also he did do a performance for Bando, and it had themes from that movie. I guess so. Maybe
Yeah.
the movie could have been the performance.
And if he did that, that's really creative.
That will make it. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for him because he always had that. Like one thing I would say is that Childish Gambino always had that going for his performances. Because I remember when he was doing performances for his mixtapes, and like what he would do was originally go out, do a comedy sketch, and then rap, and everybody was like,
Hmm.
"Oh shit, no, like this is dope." And then as the years went by, each project would be its own thing. So because the internet became the deep web tour, and he would have lights and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that will be the same thing for the album that came after that, and all of his other albums, specifically this one as well. So I think it makes sense for him, or it makes sense to maybe theorize that the 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 concert itself could have been the movie in some cases. You know what I'm saying? Because the movie,
Mm.
in some when you look at the trailer, the story is also kind of told right
Yeah,
there in front of you.
through the
Yeah,
trailer. Yeah, good
the
point.
surprise
Good
and
point.
shit. Yeah,
That's a
but
great
it would have
point.
been cool to see. Okay, well, shit. Now he got this little girl, like, or a little boy. I don't know. I forgot. It's been a while, but now he got this child with him. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, that was the interesting part to see, because we already know that the mom's gone. I digress.
Nah, you're right. 100% accurate.
Yeah, but
Hundred
yeah,
percent accurate.
never came out. Shit, I would have been
It
cool to
is what
see an
it is.
IMAX though.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the ASAP Rocky album. Though I'm excited to see what he
Yeah,
has to say. He kept pushing his album back, pushing it back, pushing it back. Um, I think it's been really hard. I think the thing that's benefiting for him is early in the year, and I think similar to Chance of last year when Chance put an album earlier in the year after working on it for a long period of time, and like finding different
album's so
snippets and
good.
stuff like that. And I thought that was one of the best albums
That
last year,
yeah,
and
I agree.
I think it's one of the best albums, and I think it's a great thing for him because I think it's tough to get written off when you're like been as successful as these guys was, and they still had solid careers. They still did other stuff. They were still viable. Like Rocky was in fashion, Chance was doing TV stuff. I'm sure you got other stuff going on for him outside of music, but they weren't like you know to J Cole's thing he was talking about for the fall off. They weren't like nothing. They weren't like bums on
Yeah,
the street. They were still in the public eye doing different things and still living life.
yeah,
And I'm interested to see what does that transition look like on both of them. Like now, I feel like Chance can do whatever he wants because now he broke that. I can make a good album again. I
yeah.
think
I'm not
people,
corny.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
corny. Good point.
yeah,
I'm not corny
yeah. I'm not
because
corny.
that's what they
Like,
said.
but I think it also took time for the public to see that he wasn't a perfect guy too.
Yeah, true.
Because even when he was on that religious one, didn't he also? I hate to throw this in there, but his wife is not his wife no more. Am I
Correct,
correct?
correct, correct, correct.
Okay,
He's
all right.
open about it. He's open about it. I think
Okay.
that's
I'm just saying that very objectively because I don't want it to be like, yeah, I'm gossiping. Nah, but at the same time, like, yeah, like we watched that happen, in some cases. So to also see that aspect and see him not in the perfect light, I think that also gave us, and then the fact that he hasn't dropped anything since that album gave us a little bit more time to actually appreciate this one with him making a different transition.
mm, yeah.
But this one, oh my god, that album feels so Chicago, and it's so good. So fucking good. Go crazy. Go crazy. That great man. That shit is so good. Yeah.
It felt
I
like a Chance
digress.
album. I think he definitely was getting that "You the Perfect Church Boy" um,
Yeah.
moniker. And I think it was giving him like no matter what he did, no matter what he tried to do, I think people put him in a box. I
Yeah.
think this album really proved that it's not true, and I'm really excited to see what Rocky does. Rocky got a lot of flack, man, but Rocky's last album, Testing, was I
It
didn't
was
like it
so
at
good.
first.
I liked
I
it.
didn't like it. I didn't
Oh
like it
my
at
god.
first. I fell in love with it because my son liked some of the songs from it.
Yeah.
So we kept playing it. I started to listen to what he was saying, like he was trying. He really like it was before his time. Like he was testing
Yeah.
out new sounds. It was really cool. He really, in my opinion, opened the door for more UK rap. Um,
Yes.
but Skepta, when he was on the
Yeah.
visuals and the song, yeah, man. So I'm excited to see what he does. I think his catalog is a little slept on. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I've been a fan of his work for a while, but like I like testing because he was actually experimenting with new things. He always had that in his previous projects, but you could see he was leaning more into the same kind of vibes that got him to that point. So when testing
Mm-hmm.
came out, you could see that he still had those influences in this project, but they were done in a way more refined way. And I love that shit about it. Like there's so many different segments, so many different pieces and parts to that album that feels uh very scavenged in some ways or thrown
Mm-hmm.
around. But I like the uncontrollable effects of that album. I think that's why I sometimes go back to it, you know? And then of course he does have hits to really bring people in. Uh Even though they're not like, you know, top billboard hits at the time, they were still bangers, especially with I
Mm.
came, I saw, I break the law. Guns and Butter was fired. Like, yo, yeah, yeah, man. That was a that was an album to drive to for real, and that was definitely a time. 2018, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
2018.
the night it dropped. Like I was blasting that shit on my little Sonos speaker, man. That shit was rock. Had the whole room rocking. You know what I'm saying? That was a time, bro. That was when I was working at
Yeah.
Apple. Ooh, that was a time.
Well, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what he does. What else is dropping tonight? I really don't know, man. I
I'm
wish there was
checking
like a
right
way to
now.
find out what's dropping.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. So you
Um,
got ASAP Rocky, you got Don't Be Dumb, Courtney Mary Matthews, Valentine, Madison Beer, Lockett, Mary Lattimore and Juliana Barwick, Tragic Magic, Pear, Doppelganger, Sleep for Mods, The Demise of Planet X. They might be giants. Eyeball.
bro, I feel old.
I don't know who the fuck any of these
I
people
feel
are.
I feel so old. You doing that? I don't even know how to even. Wow.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right now.
January is usually not the best. Like the early years, like we have had classes come out at around this time, but a lot of times because there's already awards and shit happening, um, I think it's kind of hard to recognize. But I do know Jill Scott she's dropping an album next month, so
Yeah, no, I'm
that is
excited for that too. Yeah,
yeah. She got
she
JID
did her
on that
colors
joint.
today. Their colors was today on YouTube. It was
Yeah,
actually
that's
really good.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. I like her rollout, man. Like it feels like the a lot of the legends are getting like their flowers. You know what I'm saying? The expose kind of, well, not expose, but you know the big feature article about them. I don't know who recently did an interview with Jill Scott, but I know it was a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking that now, but like it's really cool to kind of see the rollout of this album, um, and her actually get the shine that she deserved. Well, she's earned the shine and she's always been a star, especially since she's doing movies and shit. But like, I think this is the first time like our the younger generations are going to experience kind of like Jill Scott in a way that you know maybe we have in the past, but now we get to appreciate. So yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested in seeing how this album comes out, and you know she's gonna be performing. I hope it's one music fest. That would be kind of cool. So
Mm,
yeah, she
man, I'm
also she
excited.
also dropped a single too.
I would be remiss not to bring up what's happening, like watching the news and shit. You see all of this ice shit,
Yeah,
And I know this is a big difference from Joe Scott, but I feel like it was a segue to from talking about people who make like meaningful music. Do you think that there's any artist or any music coming out, or what do you think they could be saying? I kind of feel like we talked about Chance and ASAP and Jill Scott. I think those are like legacy artists, and um, they have a career established and stuff like that. So I don't know how their response is, but do you think there's anybody out here talking about what's happening on? Like, the world is in a crazy space, and I feel like there's like a disconnect between what we're hearing from artists.
the only group that really has made me believe that there are people talking about this, but in a different way or a different
Hmm.
method, is Turnstile. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't. I think the fact that they are bringing that sound back could open doors for other people to take rock and use it as a platform to, go somewhere with it. I mean, of
Mm.
course, we've had people talk about music or specifically use music as a way to protest in the past. I mean, of course, we did Rage Against the Machine, but I think that's probably the group that has been at least finding ways to use action through their music to actually say something. But I could be wrong. It feels like you have a different perspective on this.
No, I'm curious. I gotta listen to more Turnstile. Like, I've heard it before. I like the album. And based in Baltimore, so
Yes. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they around the way. They the home team. I hope they win a Grammy this year. I need to listen to more of that music. I must have like didn't really tap in like I should have.
Yeah.
Um, Coyote, the LA group Coyote has been put out and now some political music. I think they definitely have the LA feel, and I think, but I'm just I'm happy we got two. I wish there was more than two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
I
what I'm
do
saying.
wish that we had more projects that come out, but I mean, we're at a time where a lot of people are scared to actually put shit out. I will say though, Chance did pop off his shit on this album. So there's still people saying something, but it's probably going to be like small, I guess, lyric or like bars dedicated
Yeah,
to it instead of it being whole ass albums, which I wish we could get because we need that shit right now. Um, but yo, they're using like actual music and just throwing it into fucking advertisements without people's
yeah.
permission and shit like that. So like it's clear that they're listening and they're just
Mm-hmm.
like fuck it, we're just gonna use your music for our bidding. And it's
You're
tough.
right.
It's tough to be a music artist at this time, especially if you're famous. Like they use fucking scissor. Like that's fucked up, man. You know she ain't fucking with your shit, but y'all like, oh, fuck it. We're who we are. Fuck y'all. Goddamn bitch ass.
It's
Excuse
it's
me.
it's yeah. AI make it scary and scary now because now they're gonna start putting out fake comments and what
Yep.
I mean. They can fake everything, so it's gonna be really hard.
Yep.
And
Shit. I'm gonna put my
yeah,
motherfucking tent. I'm gonna put my little tent hat on. And I'm gonna say that I think that whole oh my gosh. I think that whole you what's the name of that? Cracker Barrel. That whole Cracker Barrel situation. I think that situation was made up. But
yeah,
that's
I
a
do
whole nother
too.
thing.
I do
The
too.
whole
I
brand
do
name and
too.
shit. Okay, cool, cool,
Mm,
cool.
I do too. I
Yeah,
do too.
just to stir people up and get people mad. Like we're at a point where that's happening, and because our minds are just so angry and we want that kind of content. I mean, it's clear why rage bait and rage content has been, terms that have been thrown around a lot, at least in 2025. You know what I'm saying? But that shit has been around for years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Gender war shit, race shit. Shit's been around for a while, but now we actually have a name for it. Now we have a term. Question is if how we're actually going to fight this shit.
I mean, I think one, I need to lower my standards, and we can't expect celebrities and or musicians to do shit for us. This is a capitalist
Not at
society, and they
all.
want to make money, and they don't give a fuck about us. So I think that's something that I got to tap my own stuff for. I think there was a time where, just talking about black people, where we just had more collectivism and we actually cared about each other in our
Yeah,
communities as a whole. I think that's kind of dissipated as culture has become more monoculture, where everything is just internet culture, and we all merge into one.
yep,
I do think AI is going to force some of that to change a little bit, where people are more analog and not engaged with for bullshit content as much. I think people are going to start craving analog experiences. So people going to start doing stuff and actually connect with people in person. I think that's going to be like a byfactor of this, but I think also it's going to, yeah, it's going to force us to have to like think about some of the things that we're doing differently. And I think that, um, you're right. The systems are the systems, and they're there and they exist. And what we got to do is figure out how we build power as a community.
yeah,
How do we build structures in place to be sustainable? How do we do things that we can support each other? How do we really do push black ownership? And not even just black ownership. How do we work across the board and say we are living in the same communities with Hispanic people and da da da? How do we begin to put some of these, um, the bullshit aside and figure out how do we build a sustainable economic system that does not rely on the government, and then you can layer that with some level of community level protection.
yeah.
That's what we need to do. How the fuck we gonna get to that? I have no fucking clue. Because
I mean, to your
it's
point,
the
just
culture
it's the
is keep it separated.
to your point though, it starts with the little things, being able to build community. You know what I'm saying? I know you and
Yeah.
I usually throw that term around a lot. You know, when we talk, like just being able to build community with the people around you. I think we need that now more than ever because, like you said, we do need to be able to unite in order for us to really, continue to survive. At this
Mm-hmm.
time, and we can't do that all separated. Like the me and my mentality has to end. So I do agree with what you're saying. Like the community aspect is going to be important, and it starts with the small things, finding ways to tap out of social media and social content to
Mm-hmm.
get a sense of a little bit of life, maybe using more analog devices. One thing that I saw is that people are getting back into old phones, so like Nextels, like flip phones, shit like that,
Yeah, I
as
think I'm
well
doing it
as
myself.
yeah, that,
I
and
think
then
I'm doing it
also like
myself.
I've seen a couple of like old school MP3 players being re-released. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh,
CDs and shit being sold. There was another article I think by Discogs about how Gen Z are buying CDs and vinyl
mm-hmm.
and shit again. Maybe it might be
Mm-hmm.
for a different kind of use. You know what I'm saying? Putting it on the back of their on their wall as like more of a picture than anything. But that is still bringing people into the music scene in different ways. So I do think physical media is returning in some way, especially since there are now we're seeing that corporations want us to you know maybe rent out a license to watch some shit instead of actually own it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But only time will tell. And I feel like just being able to return to maybe a previous generation of technology will help us kind of move forward in some way as well. But we will see, man. It's looking pretty scary, and I do feel like just going back to previous forms of technology could bring back community to kind of bring it in a circle.
Man, I think you're right, man. It is. It's a struggle. I don't know. I don't know what the steps would be. But I think right now it's a crazy time, bro. And
Yeah,
I think one thing that I'm kind of frustrated about is, but I completely understand why. Is when I go to the barbershop or I'm talking to family members, and they're kind of like, man, they been doing this shit. They ain't doing it to us, so let's stay out of it. Let's be quiet about it. I'm like, no, because once they get out, the people they're trying to get right now, they gotta find somebody else to go get, and they're gonna find a new boogeyman, and they're gonna find a way to pin it on black people.
yeah,
And we can't wait until it comes to us to start saying something about it or talking about it. We start preparing our community about it. Start telling our young men, hey, be conscious of what's going on. Be
Yeah.
mindful of what's going on. They're gonna start setting traps for us. They're gonna
Right.
start trying to find ways, start putting us in traps. They're gonna try to find new laws and find new reasons. And they don't give a fuck that crime is going down. They
Right.
have they have an agenda, and it's coming after people who don't look like them.
Right.
And they've already taken people who are U.S. citizens. They've already found a means and ways to like say fuck due process. I can ship
Right.
you off to Africa. They can ship
What the
you to
fuck?
Africa. I'll ship you off to Africa before your family even find out where you at, and then now you got to figure out how to get me back from whatever. And now I'm in jail in Djibouti. You know what I'm saying?
For no fucking reason. Like just because you
Right.
walked across the street or you walk too close to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? Like it's gonna morph. It always morph. These people don't have. They don't have. There's nothing stopping them. You see what
Right.
I'm saying?
We
And they
had
not
that. We had
trained.
that chance too. We had that chance to
I
avoid
agree.
all of this shit.
Maybe.
We, I mean, like we had a chance, bro. Like we
What was
had
the
a fucking
chance?
chance, bro. If certain people actually voted to avoid this shit, we could at least got
What do
away.
you
You know
mean?
what I'm saying?
What do you
I
mean?
I honestly felt like when all right, I gotta
Come
turn
on,
off the
man.
fucking
Let
sound. You know what I'm
you work
saying?
in
Gotta keep it
politics.
real.
You know your stuff. Come on.
Honestly, it felt like there were multiple factors that led to kind of like what's happening now. I don't think that is mainly just our voters, but I think because of so much noise surrounding this election, that affected how our country voted. Our country
Yeah,
voted for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They wanted this
but
shit to
why?
happen, and now because vibes and shit, my nigga. Come on, man.
We can't.
They
Yo, we can't.
yes.
Yo,
I'm not saying us because when you look at the numbers, a lot of us, you and I, actually went out to vote and we voted for
yeah.
who we really
Black
wanted.
men are the most progressive uh, voting men block in all of
And
voting.
black
We just
women.
don't get no. No, I'm talking about male of all the males.
Mhm.
There's no group of males who will vote more progressive than black men, and we get
Yep.
no credit for it, and we
Only
just get shit on.
17%. Only
But no, but
17% voted on the
when it
other
comes to
side.
when it comes to progressive legislation, no
Yes.
voting group supports more progressive bills, ideology, artist, candidates than black men, and we get no credit
Right.
for it. Just throw it out.
So
But
that's why I'm
continue.
saying. That's why I'm saying it is not. I'm not blaming us. There. I mean, when you look at these red states, you got a lot of people that wanted what we have here, because he's been saying this throughout his entire election, like throughout the entire campaign. He was saying that he was going to do these things, and he's actually doing them. You know what I'm saying? And for the first year, he already cased out the jump. He already been a president, and now he has an agenda that is supported by an actual think tank that has been working on this for more than 30 years. I feel
I
like
think
I feel like it was just a perfect wave, but there were so many factors that affected that election that we could have dodged if we actually voted for the right person.
I think agreed when it comes to actual voting for the person. When it comes to voting day and giving accounts, the people could have said this, but I think there's so much psychological shit that happens before then
Yes.
for within an election that the candidates both make decisions and they both make decisions about like who's going to win. When Kamala stopped talking about groceries, when she stopped talking about the economy, when she stopped talking about um, going after these people that's price gouging the everyday American, she started changing the conversation to more corporatist language. And then Trump filled in the gap and he started saying, I'm going to lower your groceries. I'm going to lower your groceries. I think day to day people, they don't trust neither one of them. They don't care for neither one of them. But when you're not talking to the person and they already feel ambivalent to it and don't give a fuck, and they get a snippet of the news, they're not in the news cycle all day. All they have is a feed feeding them, or they working, or whatever the case may be, and they see internet in between work. They They just go with one. They got the biases. That's cool.
Yeah.
Kamala got great turnout. Like none got the numbers, but at the same point, her she was not invigorating her own base. She was not leaning into progressive things to get more young people enthusiastic to vote for her.
But
She
the
wanted to toe
whole
the line, and my last point. And then she started
okay.
bringing out Liz Cheney to be like, "Hey, I'm cool with the Republicans."
I
Dog,
mean,
come
she
on,
needed that
son.
support,
Go
but
ahead.
she needed that support though.
You
Like it was,
don't you don't
yeah,
need Liz fucking you
you
don't need that
need.
support.
Un,
You don't.
Unfortunately, in order for the Democrat, because I do feel like in order for the Democrats to even have a fight, a dog in this fight, they got to be able to work with the other side in order for them to actually have a chance
You
in bringing their person. I mean, like
if you go ahead. Go
let's
ahead.
keep it a beam, bro. Because like when you look at like the Biden and the Trump election, now this is just all
Yeah.
speculation because I don't have my notes and shit with me because you know what I'm saying I'm not working right now. But when you
Yeah.
look at like when Biden actually beat Trump, like he was
Mhm.
beating Trump in like particularly red states like
Mhm.
Arizona. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
that unfortunately, like the thing is, we have to reach to the other side and grab some of those people that kind of went off the deep end. I'm not saying it has to be everybody in this dog fight, but in some ways, to your point, we got to be able to build community, and sometimes it's with the people that we don't think that we actually need in order to unite and fucking get this motherfucker out of here. Because it's clear that he's like fuck everybody, and like
Mhm.
he doesn't give a fuck about who he fucks over unless it helps him unless it benefits him. So we have to find a way to fight this, and that
He was, but
also
he was also talking to what people wanted to hear, though.
that
If I
I agree with that.
let's stick
It's a
with
balance.
Arizona, the votes you think you gain, I would bet the votes you gained from Liz Cheney, you probably would have surpassed if you talked more about the economy, and because she was in this tough spot where she can't shit on the economy because she's responsible for the economy, and so was Joe Biden, and she was trying to be nice to Joe Biden. And in that book that came out, I think it was her book or whatever book,
Yeah,
she wanted to be tougher on. She wanted to be more distinct from. She was in a tough spot where she wanted to not be the person, the Joe extension stand on her own, and this like say certain things about um Joel's policy that she didn't agree with, she didn't want to do, but she kind of didn't want to do it and be disloyal.
yeah.
She said it in the book, and I think the thing that just really stands out is like that was the tough thing she had to do. And I think the person that if we make a list of people who this is we're the situation we're in right now for, the person at the top of that is Joe fucking Biden.
I mean, yeah,
The
yes.
top of the list. Who?
I no. I agree with you on that part.
Who's above the list?
Because I do think that him dropping out really turned the course of the election. I felt like first of all, he had COVID the weekend that it happened. Now I could give you this account because I was covered. Like this
Hmm.
is one
He
of the
was
stories
covering.
I was
I
actually
remember.
covering shit like over the weekend. So specifically, he had COVID that weekend.
Hmm.
Um, this also followed a terrible debate, and then you
Hmm.
also got to include the George Clooney article that dropped the week after that debate or the
George
day
was
after
right.
that.
George was
But
right.
you can't say that about your candidate and just hope that he goes down the line and win the
George was
election.
right.
So but
George was
you
right.
he might have been right, but he shouldn't have dropped. Listen, he might have been right, but he shouldn't have dropped that shit at that time because the only thing that he could do, we didn't have a primary for the Democrats. Like we were just gonna roll with Biden because he was gonna run again. Now I understand that people were a little bit disappointed because this nigga said when he started his term, "Hey, I'm I'm only doing these 4 years. I'm getting up out of here." So everybody
Yes.
respected that when he first came in, but clearly he was the person that was able to beat Trump, and he felt like there was more work to do because some of the effects of the Trump administration were really taking effect during his term, and he was
Hmm.
trying to fight that shit with some of the things that he was doing throughout those years because that administration did do shit to try to push the needle forward, throughout his entire years, but he was still fighting the Trump effects that came from his term. You know what I'm saying? As well as the fact that he had people in the House that were working against him when it comes to a
Mm-hmm.
certain group of MAGA people and then or MAGA House representatives, and then on top of that, you had a Supreme Court that was working against you, taking away rights at that early time. So he was already
Which is
working with a lot, and then you have this fucking crazy debate that really showed that this nigga might actually win, and then you drop
he
out in the
would
middle of
not
it.
have yo. He would not have the if Joe Biden stuck to what he said. This is the problem, even in the work field for us nowadays. These old people will not retire and get out the way so we can move up and the next generation can move up and everybody can get some better jobs. They won't retire, so there's stagnation in the job market because these geezers won't take their retirement and cash on this thing because they just want to live longer than they expect and they worry about the economy since they won't retire and now we can't matriculate up and then the next generation can't get another job and pay their rent. So that's the real reason for the economic downturn. They won't fucking retire. Joe Biden, I'm under the opinion he would have been one of the greatest one-term presidents if he stuck with 4 years. He did some really cool shit. He transitioned from out of that. Transitioned us out of COVID. He would have been the person who would have been the last Trump person if he really prosecuted it like he should have, and if
Yeah,
he stuck with his guns and did not run. I think if Trump runs against a
I agree
young,
on that part.
energetic candidate who earned their vote and the support of the Democratic Party and the people, it was popular enough, I think Trump would have fucking got washed. I'm telling you, it might not have been Kamala. And if he said, "Hey, I won't put my finger on the scale," whoever the people pick, because the people have to be able to be you. The people got to beat Trump. You
I
can't pick somebody
yeah.
to beat Trump.
I do agree that the fact that they did not have a primary really affected things. You know what I'm saying? I do
Yeah,
agree with that part. But
yeah.
at that point, the only thing he could do, because there were no primaries, I will say that that was a major factor because, right, like you said, the people got to be able to pick. That's what we did back in 2020. So when it was Biden, we were like, cool, it's this
You
guy,
feel me?
we're gonna
The
roll with
people
him. You know what
picked
I'm
him.
saying?
We're gonna roll with
Yeah,
him. We're gonna and he
yeah,
beat Trump. I think
yeah.
if even
I
even
agree off that. I agree
even
on
with
that part.
Kamala, I think if Kamala had the chance to use debates to win over people and then fine tune her message over that, I think she probably would have beat Trump
But
too.
she did
Because
though.
but
She
she
did.
didn't because she
I know
when did
because
she
she
debate her?
lost.
When did she debate her ideas with other Democratic candidates
Oh, okay, okay,
to
okay,
to
okay,
say
okay,
this
okay.
is
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
why you should pick me over everybody? She didn't. She never had and the one time
She
she
never had a
did, she
chance.
didn't. She
Yeah.
did the time she did, she didn't win. So I think now by giving her them 100 and whatever days, you give her that's the toughest. You keep telling this
Yeah.
black woman, hey, like they normally do, go work magic with a very no one ever done this before. Here you go figure
Right.
this out. No one has ever done this before. You can do this. Here you go. And I
Right.
think that's a disservice. So that's why I think this
I
is
do
really
agree
Joe
with that
Biden's. This
too.
is Joe Biden's fault. If Joe Biden, and I think Joe Biden's legacy would have been amazing. Now his legacy is like you, the guy that got us back to Trump. Your
But
ego,
I don't know, man. Like
his ego.
I do. I listen. I do understand. I do understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from off that aspect. You know what I'm saying? And
Yo,
then also
let me just
when you also like Kamala talked about like the lack of support that she had throughout the campaign from the Biden administration. You know what I'm saying?
for sure,
So it's
absolutely.
like it's clear that like everything was not planned correctly. And I understand that the lack of primaries are the reason are kind of like the demise of the Democrats. But also we have to include the fact that like we were getting a lot of noise on social media. We did have the rise of like the podcast boys, you know what I'm saying? The Joe Rogan's kind of bringing this other aspect and in some ways taking different audiences that might not look like us, but still 17% of us. Like we got to also include those facts too. We can't put it all on Biden, but I do think that that played a role. That entire way that they managed that situation played a role into how we took a loss. That's why I say it's multiple factors because it is the way that culture was perceived
Yes,
heading into the Trump administration. Because like I saw it early on, I was like, oh, okay, all right. Okay, this is wild. But as
But my
as we got closer, we started to see where this shit was really going on the low. If you knew,
to your point, I knew that was happening, which is why I was like going.
yeah. What's all that?
What the hell is that?
That's on your side. That's not me.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I have no clue. What's that? Also, you mind if I use the oh well, damn, we're live. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Breaking news situation. Nah.
I
But
have
yeah,
no
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
idea what is happening right now.
Wait, what's happening on your side?
I have no idea.
I just heard some slams. Hold on, I'll be back in a second. I gotta use the restroom. Sorry, chat, whoever's watching this.
Yo, what the fuck? Why is this playing in the background? Oh, I figured out the editing thing was playing in the background. I have no idea. Wow, that's crazy. It's an hour, dog. I'm about to wrap this up. Wow, what a time. It's been real. Oof. I probably should just wrapped it up then, huh? Might have been better. Maybe not.
Check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yo,
Back in this thing. But
hey,
yeah,
I figured I probably should have wrapped because I probably gotta. I didn't realize it was this damn late.
yeah.
We got an hour
Oh,
in.
I know. I mean, do you got any plugs or anything? Let's at least close it out.
Hey, you gotta plug your stuff, man. Just keep sharing and recording the episode. It's gonna go up sooner than later. We're gonna have another episode dropping like the first
Yeah,
album review of the year. We just
yeah.
did the last step forward just now.
Damn,
Me and Vance,
niggas,
we gotta pick. You
niggas with
gotta pick the
political
next album,
slang.
by the way.
I got to pick.
Uh,
Ooh, okay.
the next one
What?
is yours.
Anything you've been listening to lately?
Oh man, oh my god, I've been in a great. I've had a great run. Salt put a great album last week. Chapter one, I think is what it's called. I
What?
love Salt. Yeah, man, I love Salt. I love them. I think they have a great thing going on over there. Um, I listen to Jeezy, the Recession. I would listen to
Okay.
um, Jeezy, Thug Motivation 10 TN 103 and TN 102,
Okay.
and another mixtape that he have. I listen to Young Dro. What else I'm listening to? Dang. Uh, Olivia Dean. I love playing Olivia Dean with my house. I play
Okay.
Olivia Dean probably all the time. My daughter. I listen to Carl Thomas album.
Ooh, and I
Real
wish I
random. I have no
never met
idea
her.
what. That's a great. That's some bops on the album, bro.
It is.
There's
I've
some
heard the
joints on
album.
that.
I need to listen to the album
There's some
because
joints on that joint.
yeah.
Summer Rain is we got some
Ooh,
joints.
okay. He made Summer
Um,
Rain.
you know that? So yeah,
No.
he did. Yeah, I'm listening to that. The Dochi single with SZA, I love that song. It was great to hear Dochi rapping like that. Um, Step Brothers 4, Starlito and Don Tripp. Um,
Yo, yeah. I
Country
mean,
music, Ella Langley, G. Perico. Jid's Apple Music Live was great. Um, yeah, man, I've been all over the place, man. Jid, I've been playing some. I was playing classical music the other day. I got this John Williams album that I got at the thrift store. John Williams is the orchestrated director. I don't know what they're called at the moment, but he did the songs for like the song for Home Alone. He did
oh
Star
shit.
Wars. He did uh, Jurassic Park. Like he did a lot of famous movies. So I saw the album cover looks amazing. So I did that, and my wife got me Kendrick GNX vinyl too, the Mustard edition. So I've been playing that on the
Ooh.
vinyl. So yeah, man, I've been all over the place, man. It's been great. It's been great.
Okay.
I need to get that XM login from you so I can listen to more XM. But yeah, man, all that's what I'm on.
Okay, okay. All right, so I definitely been listening to Big Crit's album dedicated to
Oh
the
yeah,
Cadillac.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that shit
yeah.
hard, man.
That was
It, it's
great, man.
it's old school. It's like
Mhm,
it reminds me of like Forever in the Day, man. Like I fucks with it, man. Uh,
mhm,
you can't kill God with bullets. So I've been listening to that Conway the Machine.
mhm.
I like that
That was
track
good
that he.
too.
Yeah, man. Like I like the fact that he's kind of growing and becoming like a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? Moving away from Griselda and actually kind of putting out his own project. The shit with G Herbo, New Devils. I've been blasting that in the gym. Didn't know that that was gonna work so well. Um,
Mhm,
Definitely been listening to some Kodak Black, mumble rap. You know what I'm saying? Been throwing that in the gym as well. I think on the last episode I also said I've been listening to What Happened in the Streets by 21 Savage. That shit
mhm.
hard. I like that
Yeah.
shit. I like the fact that he's rapping but using he's still rapping about the same shit, but it's on a more mature aspect, which is something that I
Mhm,
kind of like. So it's a little bit themed, but I do like the production. You know what I'm saying? Coop is really killing that shit in so many ways. Um, so Mavi, I've been listening to his album The Pilot lately. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm,
also like the
mhm.
track that he did with Earl Sweatshirt Land Grab. That beat is hard. Oh my
Oh
gosh. The loops
yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy. Loops is
Mavi's
fucking
great, man.
crazy. Yeah,
Mavi's great.
man.
Yeah, Mavi's great.
Leon Thompson, or Leon Thomas, excuse me. His
Mhm,
album Folks, been throwing that into rotation. And then lately I
mhm,
kind of been on the Quiet Storm kind of binge. So I was
mhm,
listening to Ready or Not by After Seven. This song called Seasonal Lover from like the 90s. I forgot the name of the group. Of course, Quiet Storm by Smokey Robinson. And oh, the homie Malcolm Xavier from our Stevie Wonder episode. He also got me
mhm.
hip to this playlist. So I've been listening to Prince, uh
Oof.
Silk Sonic,
Mm,
Slim Thug,
mm.
UGK.
Send me that.
Yeah.
That's on Apple. It's on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Apple. It's on Apple Music.
Send me
You
that.
know what
I
I'm
need
saying?
that. I need that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I need that.
Yeah. It's
I
called
need that.
Golden Silk. I feel like you'll get a kick out of it. It's called Golden Silk Roads. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
I need that. Send me that. I
Yeah.
need that. I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's and then also I gotta throw out this song because it kind of caught me off guard. But I think the name is called Had You by Kalam for real. Or FR.
Yeah. I know you're
That
talking
shit
about.
that
Yeah.
shit is a fucking banger. I heard it throughout the year, but I heard it on selection on my way to my dad's crib for Christmas. So that was also a dope ass song to hear in a whip, man. That shit was slamming.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I was listening to.
Damn, man. What a great list, man. It's one of my favorite things is figuring out what you're listening to, so I can be like, damn, let me go try this out. Listen to that. It's one of my favorite parts of everything.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Text me the first album. I'm happy we back on. Let's
Yeah.
get back to it, yo. Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
What is it? Season 6, right? Yeah, we on season 6, maybe, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh man, is it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
we
Yeah, it
getting
is. Yeah,
there, you know what I'm
it's a
saying?
blessing.
Hell yeah.
It's a blessing.
Also I dropped the EP. I did
Dropped
that
it.
this week. Yeah, the week that we're recording. It is a beat like EP. I made the beats. It's another rapper on there. His name is Nisho Soul. Check him out. He's on Bandcamp. Definitely a DMV artist based out of this area, man. So support your boy, build community. And yeah, Nisho, the name of the EP is called the Nisho Tapes. It is now on SoundCloud, but it should be hopefully showing up on your music platform very soon. So please check it out if you have not done so.
Mm.
Um, Also, yeah, your boy is making lacrosse content. Made it to the Sixers Prize League championship with Black Slacks, but we lost in the finals. We lost by 1 point. So I definitely
Mm.
got to get that ring, man. I'm definitely trying to get that trophy, and also get better at the sport. So definitely check out your boy on TikTok and Instagram. Vance B underscore, and on Twitter I am Vance64 underscore. That is my new Twitter. We had some freaky ass nigga hack my shit during the
Oh my
election.
god.
I'm just keeping it a bean,
Yeah,
dog. That's hey. So if you
that's what
still
happened.
following Vance B underscore, dog, hey, stop. Like, stop. You can
Stop.
follow me on Blue
Please
Sky,
stop.
but it's Vance64 underscore on Twitter. I have not tweeted. I've been trying to be in the shadows, but hey, dog, like, stop following Vance B underscore. Like, a freaky ass nigga now has that shit, and I'm never going to get that shit back because I think Elon Musk is on to me. You know what I'm saying? The one viral tweet
He,
that I had that he got me on that because that's the first thing that shows up whenever I go back to that page, and it's mainly about
man,
Dodd and duffing Trump in the parking lot during that debate.
the
Like
joint,
that,
it's a fucking cesspool.
it is.
It's so many bots. It's ruining everything. You gotta go try to filter through all the bullshit, block it. They want you to get the premium account, so it's all these annoying ads. It's like they picked the worst possible fucking ad shit you don't want. It's
Yeah,
never they never I've never seen a relevant ad on Twitter at one time. I was
I
like,
mean
oh,
we
this is interesting.
we know why. Like this is the
All
point of
right
it
wing
was to
ads. Yeah.
yeah, the point of it is to destroy the community that was there. That was the whole goal.
Yeah.
Destroy the community that's there. Now, hopefully, a lot more people going on Blue Sky. I've been trying to get used to Blue Sky. I forgot my Blue Sky. But if you do find me, Vance is Vance Dash B. That is my Blue Sky. So yeah, I'm on there, but I haven't, Blue Sky enough. So I need to start doing that a little bit more. But yeah, man, your boys get back into the DJing and the music side, as well as putting out this lacrosse content. So follow your boy.
All right.
And yeah, but
All
fuck with
right,
us,
y'all.
man. Record
Peace.
report.
Yeah.
Peace.